What's up? What's up? How you guys doing? Happy Thursday. It is almost Friday, y'all. Whoo, we almost made it through the week. Hey, everybody coming in. What's up, Tan? Hey, Diva One. Below. What's up, Black Swan? Hey, Nap Queen. How's everybody doing? Ooh, honey. We got some things to get into today. Some things to get into today. All right. What up, Nay? Oh boy. So y'all know I don't like that Mac. All right, y'all, come on in. Let's get this party started. So, hey, C Golden, what's up? What's up? So let's get into some things. We're gonna jump right in, y'all. Um, 34 people already in the room. Come on in. Yes. Let me share this out. And we're gonna get this party started. Like I said, I keep forgetting that I can share the video while my intro is playing. I'm so used to having to wait, child. But now I can do both. And so let me share this out. We are live. And let's go. So let me get to my list. Let's see where we want to start today, child. Where do we want to start today? Well, we have a couple of updates on some stories that we had talked about in the past. So let me give you guys an update on DJ Mustard. Okay, so you know DJ Mustard is the DJ that him and his wife were getting divorced. They had been together for like 11 years. She said that they slept on floors because they didn't have furniture. That she was with him, during hard times. They got married and they were only married like 18 months, and then he wanted a divorce, but he said, well, we don't have no prenup, and he wasn't going to give her nothing. And I said, that's messed up, because just on some GP, because I feel like it was a setup. I feel like he married her without a prenup just to divorce her so he ain't have to give her no money, because it didn't make sense to me. Y'all dated all those years and then you get married and y'all can't stay married longer than 2 years, and then you don't want to give her nothing. And I thought that was messed up. So she was like, okay, cool, you don't want to give me no spousal support, then I'm gonna get it from the kids aspect. Then I want $80,000 a month in child support. Now, I told y'all that normally I'm not one of those people that's like, yeah. I'm usually like, that's ridiculous. Come on, let's be realistic. But in this case, I was like, girl, get whatever you can get. Get it however you can get it, wherever and whenever you fit in, okay? Get in where you fit in is what I was saying. But what's up, Miss Sharon? Shouts out to all my members who are lit up in green. So, I have something. I think I'm gonna do a quick video for my members tonight. I have an update for you guys. A quick update. It's not gonna be long. So, come to find out, they had agreed upon $18,000 a month for, I guess, child support / spousal support or whatever. And so DJ Mustard was like, I ain't gonna give you $80,000 a month, but I will give you that $18,000 a month that I agreed to. And in that situation, I was like, okay, I mean, $18,000 a month, child, I'll take it. So they settled on the $18,000 a month. What's up, Danny? Hey, Janae. So they settled on the $18,000 a month. Now, personally, I ain't mad about that. I thought 80 was excessive, but because of the way things went down, I wasn't mad at her. But $18,000, which I still think is a lot for 2 kids. I think they got 2 or 3 kids. I still think that's a lot, but of course, the man is worth millions. He all right. He's fine. He'll be okay. He's fine. Okay. Now, Neyo, who we know, his wife filed for divorce earlier this year. And of course, she accused him of not only cheating on him, but sleeping with, ladies of the night, unprotected, and that he messed around and had a baby, which he has since confirmed via his social media. I think during the holidays, he acknowledged all of his kids, including the baby that he had. from an outside relationship. Okay, so that has been confirmed. Okay, so their divorce, they've come to a settlement, and I think this is a little bit of a low ball. They must have had a prenup, but he has to pay. He has to pay almost, I think it's like $1.8 million to her so they can settle whatever. Oh, look at Nay. Mwah. Thank you, my love, for becoming a member. Shout out to Nay for becoming a member. Thank you, my love. I think it was like $1.8 million that he has to pay her as a payout for to settle their real estate dealings, and so make sure she doesn't come out of pocket to pay any expenses. Let me just read y'all what it's saying, child. Finalize their divorce. Neyo keeps 3 of their 4 homes, so she keeps 1 house out of the 4 homes. He has to pay her $1.6 million lump sum to balance out the division of the rest of their real estate holdings and an additional $20,000 in moving expenses. So that payment is so that she doesn't have to come out of her pocket to resolve any, like, I guess any expenses, child, whatever. He also has to pay $12,000 a month in child support for their 3 kids together and cover school expenses, as well as $5,000 a month payment in alimony for the next 3 years. So she gets alimony for the next 3 years. After that, that's a wrap. But she got young kids, child. She'll be making, so that means that she'll be making almost, she'll be making $17,000 a month for the next 3 years. Considering Neyo's net worth, do I think that $12,000 a month is enough to take care of 3 kids? Of course I do. But for celebrities, for the kind of money that he makes, I think that's sort of a low ball. I think $12,000 a month for 3 kids for somebody, I think that's low ball. What do y'all think? I mean, is that, tell me what y'all think. I mean, do y'all think that's a low ball? You know what? You don't get to become a member and then make a member request. How you been a member? Nay, you ain't been a member. You ain't even been a member 5 minutes. How do you get to be a member for 5 minutes and then make a member request? You don't get to do that. Where they do that at? Love after lockup. Doesn't a new season start this month? Doesn't Life After Lockup start this month? Where's Neyo getting all this money? He hasn't had a hit in years. Do you know how many hit songs Neyo has written? Go check Neyo's. That's like Babyface. That's like people saying, "Oh, Babyface hasn't had a hit in years." Neyo has written hits on top of hits on top of hits. His collection is extensive. What he's written is extensive. It's extensive. He should be paying at least $25,000 a month. Yeah, I just think again, I would be happy to make $12,000 a month just to, for child support. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, just in the grand scheme of celebrities, to me that's a low ball. That's. I mean, DJ Mustard is paying $18,000 a month. You know what I mean? I think there's 2 kids in their situation, so that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he wrote Irreplaceable. Like he's like he's like, I hate to say R. Kelly's name, but he's like R. Kelly as far as his writing catalog, or Babyface. Like the amount of hits that he's written is ridiculous. Yeah, he's written a lot of songs on top of his own music. The other thing too is he owns his catalog. So even though he hasn't had a hit in a lot of years, every time somebody plays one of his songs, he makes money. It's not a viewer request. Listen, don't y'all let Janae get y'all in trouble. Y'all know that's my niece, right? That's why I'm talking to her like that. Y'all know that's my niece, right? Don't let her get y'all in trouble. Yeah, Piggy Tiki. That's where the money actually is. The money isn't. Listen, the artists don't make the money. It's the people who write the songs and produce the songs. If they don't give away their catalog, if they don't sell off their rights, that's who makes the money, because the songs continue to make money over and over and over. Absolutely. That's I remember, I think I told y'all this before. I remember Keisha Cole when she was doing her reality show, when she was coming out with her sophomore hit. I mean, her sophomore album, excuse me. When she was coming out with her sophomore album, and I remember she was finagling with the record label about what her first single was gonna be. And she was like, I don't care what single they pick. I wrote all of the songs. So I'm gonna make money regardless. Like she was like, I don't care which song they pick. I don't care which song the record label wants me to release first. I wrote them all. So right, that's what I'm saying. He owns the publishing. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a percentage on how they calculate child support with the age of the kids when they are from two different parents. His first kid gets paid more than their kids. But that's a state to state thing. That's not a universal rule, Cali girl. So like the rules in California might be one thing, the rule, and I don't know where they were living. I don't know if they were based in Atlanta or if they were based in LA. Like I don't know, but I know that and I know that they do take into some states take into consideration you have other children. Other states don't. Like I know at one point in time in the state of Maryland, they didn't care how many kids you had. If it was a different mother, it was a separate case, and they looked at it separately. It didn't matter if you had 5 kids from 5 other women. It didn't matter. When you went to court, you took your whatever, your pay stubs or whatever documentation you submitted. They didn't care. I mean, it was up to the judge's discretion, but the law didn't say you had to take that into consideration. And a lot of people got caught up like that. So the child support laws are different from state to state. He literally makes money doing nothing, which is why he has time to lay it low and spread it wide. Right. I mean, and that's what I keep trying to tell people. That's why, and I keep saying I'm gonna look for it. I know y'all keep telling me where to Google and look, but when I get off of here, I promise y'all I just be forgetting. But that's why I said I need to find where I saw that video, because there's something to all of these artists. What's up, Xavier Boo? There is something to all of these artists that are selling off their catalogs. And I know what I did find out though was that a lot of them are not selling their whole catalog. They're selling a part of their catalog. Like I know Justin Bieber was only selling a part of his catalog. Dr. Dre was only selling a part of his catalog. So they weren't selling the whole kit and caboodle. Now, I don't know what songs they choose and don't choose. Like, I don't know. But the money is in owning your music. That's the money. And especially if you write your own music. Oh my gosh, that's the money right there. And God forbid somebody wants to license your music for a commercial or for a TV show. Like when we look at these TV shows and they're playing certain songs, that's why you look at shows and they're playing like these weird instrumentals and all of that, because they ain't want to pay for the real song. They didn't want to license the song. You look at RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, if y'all notice, for those of you who watch RuPaul's Drag Race regularly, y'all notice the song selection this season seems to be better than the song selection used to be. Because they're on MTV now. There's a larger catalog on MTV than there was on VH1. If she didn't file in California, that was her mistake. Katie Holmes went to New York to keep Tom from taking full custody. Texas get the max of 25, no matter how much a parent makes. Did you mean to say Texas or New York? Because you're talking about two different states. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's different state to state. I think Katie Holmes was fine giving up whatever money she gave up because she didn't want to risk. She left to protect her daughter. In her mind, I mean, in her mind, she left to protect her daughter. So I think she was fine with whatever money she gave up. But you're right. The law, like I said, the laws are different state to state, and that's why it's important to know where you are setting up your residence, and all that good stuff. Stevie Wonder will forever be rich off of Signed, Sealed, Delivered because that's been on commercial for decades. Yeah. What's up, Queen Diva? Queen Diva, your stuff, you should be getting your stuff ASAP, baby. You should be getting your stuff. Listen, I take full responsibility for this. For those of you that have not gotten all of your gifts from me yet, I take full responsibility. It's been a whole. You know what? I'll explain it in members only. I will explain in members only what's going on. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and tell y'all what was going on. I don't need to make that no secret. And I'm gonna say this as delicately as I can say this. sometimes when you choose to use vendors that aren't like, hey, Chef Don Don, what's up, my love? If y'all are not subscribed to Chef Don Don, y'all make sure y'all go check him out. He does reality TV shows. He does celebrity news. He does all the same thing we do over here. And he usually comes on in the morning. So you guys, those of you who listen, want something to listen to in the morning or get your midday on, y'all check out Chef Don Don. Um, a lot of the vendors that I use, I either had to wait on them or they weren't, like one vendor I went to go use, they weren't doing anything. Like they had kind of closed up shop. So then I had to kind of, find another vendor, and it's been a little bit of stuff like that. So I apologize. Charge it to my heart, and not my head. Because I just trying to, promote small businesses. I want to just give everybody, you know, a gift card or whatever. So I was trying to support. So it's just been a little maneuvering. But everybody's stuff should be to them. And if not, then I will just replace it or just cash app you or something. But yeah. So yeah. You subscribe to Chef Don Don. Yeah, Don Don, that's my boo over there. So the other divorce we have is we have Babyface. Now, Babyface has finalized his divorce as well, which I'm going to be honest with y'all, I didn't even remember that Babyface was getting divorced, child. I forgot all about it. So here's his divorce situation. Babyface has finalized his divorce from Nicole Pattenberg. After amicably separating in 2020, Babyface was ordered to pay a hefty chunk of change to his ex-wife, according to their divorce settlement. He has agreed to pay $37,000 a month in spousal and child support. He will continue to pay the daughter's credit card bills, as well as Pattenberg's Cadillac Escalade payments and insurance. Why he got to pay the daughter's credit card? That's interesting. The 64-year-old wanted shared custody of their 14-year-old daughter. So yeah, and look, that's what it says here. It says the settlement shocked some people, especially people who didn't know that he was still raking in the dough. I don't understand how people can't know that Babyface is still making money. Babyface has so many hits, it's ridiculous. Don't y'all remember that verses that he did? Y'all don't remember when Babyface did that verses against Teddy Riley? He wrote songs that I forgot he wrote. I mean, he was singing songs in that verses that I forgot he was singing. Like, he wrote the whole Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. And that was back in the day when movie soundtracks were the shit. Like, music off the movie soundtracks were better than the movies, okay? But he wrote the whole Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. He wrote damn near the whole Boomerang soundtrack. He wrote almost all of Toni Braxton's hits, in her early career. Boys to Men. He wrote for Madonna. He wrote, like, not to mention his own music that he wrote for himself. I mean, the hits go on and on and on and on and on. Like, again, go check his catalog, y'all. Babyface, right? Babyface makes money in his sleep. He absolutely does. He absolutely does. Right, Babyface. When Teddy tried to have a whole concert and blew the fuse at his house. And then remember they redid it. They redid it, and Teddy Riley he got rid of the whole production crew, and they just went back and forth. And shoot, but that's what I'm saying. So you see where Babyface is paying $37,000 a month for a 14-year-old, right? You know what I'm saying? But again, I know it sounds like also they were married longer. And it sounds like he was being very generous with what he was giving her, because I feel like I would be shocked if he didn't have a prenup. I feel like that because that $37,000 a month was child support and spousal support, and he's still paying his daughter's credit card bills, which that's weird. Like that's weird. Oh, I forgot that was the other part of Neyo's divorce, was that they can't have the kids around anybody that they're dating unless they're engaged, and that's weird. Isn't that weird? I sat next to Babyface on the flight. He was so kind. Okay, Monique, because you had to be in first class, because I know Babyface wasn't in the back of the plane. Go ahead, fly in first class next to Babyface, girl. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Yeah, oh yeah, Whitney Houston, Ursha, Tevin, exactly. TLC, Mariah, exactly. The hits go on and on and on and on. Exactly, Cali girl. Owning your masters is a lifetime of financial security. Listen, y'all. I called Babyface one time. Did I tell y'all this story? Let me tell y'all this story. He probably had the kids around his side chicks. Yeah. Well, remember, Crystal was upset because he had the extramarital affair, and she said that he dates women of the night. So that's probably where that's coming from. But when I worked for the bank out of college, I worked for Nations Bank. Nations Bank is now Bank of America, right? Well, Nations Bank was bought out by Bank of America, and I worked in their car collections department. I messed around, and one of my accounts was Jermaine Dupri. I didn't recognize that it was Jermaine Dupri because it wasn't under Jermaine Dupri. It was under his legal name, and I forgot what his real last name is, but his real last name isn't Dupri. So I didn't realize that it was Jermaine Dupri when I first got the account until I started, when I was calling, I couldn't get nobody. When you first do car collections, you just call the number that's in the system. And then if you can't get somebody, then you have to pull their application. So when you fill out the the application for a car, nowadays everything is done online. But back then, you actually filled out a loan application at the dealership. So when I pulled his loan application, employer, it said so deaf records. Again, it still didn't click. I was like, oh, he worked for so deaf records. Oh, okay, it still didn't click. Then when I looked at his references was Kenneth Edmonds. Now I knew Babyface's real name. I knew Babyface's name was Kenneth Edmonds. I said, his reference is Babyface. He worked for So Def. And that's when I paid attention and I said, oh, I was like, this Jermaine Dupri card? So back then, his mother handled his money, right? His mother handled his accounts. But what happened was so I don't know how they do things now because this was a long time ago that I did this. I don't know how they do things now, but back then we could call your references. We could, when you fill out a job, the application for your car loan, you put references on there. That's where we would first start. If we couldn't find you, you were behind your car note. The first place we started, if none of your other information worked, we called your references. I said, oh, I'm about to call Babyface. And it was funny because like everybody in the office, we knew, right? I was like, oh, I'm about to call Babyface, y'all. I ain't get past his assistant. Babyface ain't answer the phone, child. It was his assistant. I didn't get past his assistant, but I finally did get his mother on the phone. And what happened was, I'm talking to Jermaine Dupri's mother. She was cool as hell. She was real cool. She was like, this don't make no sense. He got too many damn cars. She said, what car is this? And I had to it was like a Mercedes, something. I couldn't just say Mercedes. I had to tell her the exact model because he had more than one Mercedes, right? She was like, this don't make no sense. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. She said, do me a favor, pull up all his loans. And he had 5 car loans. That was the only one that was behind. He had 5 car loans. She was like, what's the payout on them cars? So I gave her the payout amount for each car. She was like, I'm FedExing a cashier's check for the full amount. And damn if she didn't, she paid off all of them damn cars. She was like, this don't make no sense. She said what happened was back in the day, you used to get a book, the booklet that had your payments in it. She said it had fallen behind, you put it in the file cabinet, it had fallen down. So she said, when I was paying the other car, I never saw that one. She said, I'm sick of this. She said, just give it to, and she didn't send me a cashier's check. She sent me a cashier's check for the full amount. I said, damn, but I wanted to talk to Babyface. I didn't care. I wanted to talk to Babyface. But yeah. When I worked at the bank, let's see, we looked up Evander Holyfield's accounts. That's back when, when he was a millionaire. We looked up Evander Holyfield's accounts. Luther Vandross' tour bus was financed through the bank. We looked up his tour bus. Shaquille O'Neal's house. This when he played for the Orlando Magic. Shaquille O'Neal's house was financed, and whatever, I forgot how much his mortgage was, but for every day that his mortgage was behind, the interest that he was paying was like $1,700 a day for every day that he was late. The way I forgot all the technical terms, but we could look at the way when we looked at their accounts, we could see what your interest compounded daily was for every day that you were late. And on his, and that's he. No, I take that back. He didn't play for the Orlando Magic anymore, but he still had his house in Orlando. He didn't play for them anymore. I think that was when he was already with the Lakers. He was already with the Lakers, I think, but he still had his house in Orlando. Who else account? Because we would just look up random celebrities. Like when we were bored, we would just look up random celebrities. Who else did we look up? I'm trying to remember who else. I think the guys from like Silk or something like that. I forget their names now, but Silk or 112, one of them, we looked up their names. They had accounts. But yeah, we weren't supposed to do that, but we could do it, child. Babyface is my mom's cousin. They all have met him, but once his grandmother died and I got older, he stopped coming to Kentucky. Oh, really? Wow. I always thought working in the bank would be fascinating just to be in people's business. I'm gonna tell you this. The best thing I liked about working at the bank, I worked in credit. And it really helped me because you had to learn the rules of credit. Like, people on the phone telling you stuff and you knew that they were lying, or you knew that what they were saying wasn't true. Like I knew that they weren't supposed to call you before a certain time. They weren't supposed to call you after a certain time. I knew that there was only certain things they were allowed to say. They couldn't say, like I knew I knew the rules of collections, which helped me for a long time, especially when, I ain't had no money and I was in collections a lot. I knew I knew certain things I could and couldn't say to them, you know what I'm saying? Or they could or couldn't say to me, I should say. That was very helpful. I used to tell people all the time that everybody should work in collections for 1 year, just so you would learn the law, just so you would know the laws and the rules. Because a lot of companies get over because people just don't know. I used to look up everybody information when I worked in finance at Hertz from A to Z list. See, and that's what I said. We would just randomly just put people's name in the system and see what came up. We weren't even supposed to be looking at houses. Like I was in car collections. I wasn't even supposed to be in that system, but we had access to it. We had access to look up people's mortgages. So we would just put in random people's names. Those are the ones that I remember. You sold DMX a radio. That is weird, Jessica. So DMX a radio. Yeah. So you ran into Denzel at the Costco. Let me find out Denzel being there getting his 20 rolls of toilet paper. Child. Ooh, Reboot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even remember a lot of it anymore. And a lot of the laws have changed. I would have to probably get somebody that still works in credit to give you guys a breakdown. I said I was going to get my cousin to do a video with us because he does credit recovery, credit repair. And I said I was going to get him to come and do a video talking to you guys. It's really easy to get to fix to improve your credit. It's just very, very tedious and very time consuming. And that's why a lot of people pay somebody else to do it because it's tedious. But it's not hard. It's just time consuming and tedious. He came in the store I worked at. I was so scared. This was before he was saved. He had like 50 to 11 people with him. Shoot, even after he got saved, he used to walk around with 50 to 11 people with him. Child. All right, y'all. See this how y'all be getting. It's 100. Shout out to the 130 people in the chat. If we could please, if you guys can hit that like button, I really would appreciate it. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free 99. We have a good time. Y'all see how they get me off topic all the time, child. They always get me off topic. What's up, Ibs? All right. So those are all of the divorces, child. All right. Those are the divorces. Okay. All right. All right, let's see what else. Let's see who else on my list. Who's on my list? Okay. In news we don't care about, Kanye West has gotten 0 donations to his presidential campaign. I must say I'm shocked that he's gotten 0 donations. If they said he got less than 1,000 or 10,000, but 0 donations, that's interesting. 0 donations. Mm-mm. I'm about to get to that, right? I'm about to get to that in a quick second. About the Monique lie. We're about to get there in a second. Okay. 6 more weeks of winter. We've had a very mild winter. I don't even have nothing to complain about. It could be 6 more weeks if we want to. I don't care. Because we've had a very, very mild winter. We finally got a little bit of snow. What was that, day before yesterday? But it was nothing. Like it was on my car and on the grass and in the trees, but nothing stuck to the ground because it's been so warm. Scooter screaming goodbye to Scream. Goodbye, Scooter. Scooter boo. All right, so wait a minute. Okay. Shoot, I lost my train of thought. What am I looking for? What the y'all made me lose my train of thought. What am I looking for? Oh, I know what I'm looking for. So in the category of dumb criminals, I kind of have 2 stories today. Story number 1. Did y'all hear the story about the 22-year-old assistant coach that played in the basketball game of 14-year-olds? Did y'all hear about that? They actually have the video. They actually have the video footage of this grown ass woman running up and down the court against 14-year-olds, slamming the ball out their hands, slam dunking. Ma'am, what would you think? Like, did you think you weren't gonna get caught? I'm just not clear on what your thought process was. Like, I could see if you're saying, oh, well, we were short a player and we would have to forfeit the game. Well, ma'am, y'all are gonna have to forfeit probably the whole damn season, and you done lost your job now. How you out there playing against, and then you was aggressive with it, like you was slamming the ball and all kinds of stuff. Ma'am, you are 22. You supposed to be able to slam dunk on 14-year-olds. That was not an accomplishment. Why are you happy with yourself? Yeah, it was a girls basketball team. I said, I'm like, how you? What the hell, ma'am? She sounded like that 1% that likes to beat her kid at games and never let them win. Right, right. Trying to be MVP, China White. Okay. I said, what the hell? I mean, shout out to the 150 people in the room. Mars, what's my numbers looking like? What my likes looking like? I know we got about 120 likes. I know we have about 120 likes. Please and thank you. Please hit that like button. Hold on a second, y'all. I'll be right back. Hey, Pat. Hey. You put the doubles, you bring the trash can? Yeah. Thank you. It's Thursday. Yeah, but, huh? Can you send me a little cash out? What? You know how much it is. I know it ain't that much. Hold on, y'all.
Oh, sorry.
No, you good. I'm live. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I hope that gave everybody an opportunity to that gave everybody an opportunity to hit that like button. Danny said I got 77 likes. Can we get to 120, please? And thank you. So like 50 of y'all. Can y'all hit that like button? Okay. The way she put right, you saw the video, you found the video, Pinky Tiki. Child, yes. Now, in this other category of stupid criminals, I actually have the thing here so I can read it to you. $2 store, excuse me, $2 General employees were arrested for allegedly marking down prices in store and buying them cheaper. Reportedly cost the store over $6,000. Now, when I read this, I said to myself, self, it was already the damn Dollar General. How much cheaper did you need it to be? How much cheap, ma'am? You were already working at the Dollar General. Now I don't know if you get a discount, but like when I worked at Target and Walmart, I got discounts. How much cheaper did you need it to be, ma'am? And then you brought your homegirl in on it, so both of y'all was just walking around the store marking shit down cheaper than it was. So the $3 candle you marked down to $1, man, it was already a $3 candle. It was the Dollar General. And this how you know the stuff was cheap, because even after they did all of that, you still only cost the store $6,000. Now I know $6,000 is a lot of money, but that lets you know in the grand scheme of things, it really ain't shit when you talk about loss if anybody's ever worked at like a department store or a retailer, $6,000 is not a lot in losses. They take that. They eat that. I mean, I don't know if this. They didn't say this was whether this was over a week or a month, but $6,000 loss is not that big of a loss. When I worked at Target and Walmart, between people stealing and breakage and stuff like that, $6,000 really wasn't that much. But the fact that you and your homegirl was walking around the Dollar General changing the price, listen, the stuff was already cheap. And it's cheap stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't above shopping at the Dollar General, because I'll go to the dollar store and the Dollar General if I need certain odds and ends type situations. I'm not saying it like that, but we know it's not the top quality. We know it's not the best quality, so the shit is already cheap. You, man, but the General is expensive now. It adds up. Now the Dollar General is more expensive than the dollar store, because the Dollar General does not mean that everything is a dollar. We know that, but it's still cheap. Reselling for breeze and whatnot. Okay, yeah, I saw that too. About the ladies with the chicken wings. I said, why it always got to be us? This lady done stole all the chicken wings from the cafeteria at the school. Mm. I said, boy, I tell you, it's always got to be us. I don't know why it always got to be us. Why are you stealing the chicken wing? And then you didn't take none of the other parts. So you know she probably stole it for a party. She probably stole it for the Christmas party that she had down to the house, or for Thanksgiving dinner. Because why you ain't steal nothing else? Why you ain't take none of those? You just took the chicken wings. You probably volunteered to bring the chicken too. You probably said, when they was making the family phone call or the family group message and said who bringing what, you probably volunteered to bring the chicken wings, because you probably was like, I can get that from work. I don't even have to buy the chicken. I already know that's what you was thinking. I already know that is what you were thinking. You were like, I don't even have to worry about buying the chicken. People just be doing dumb stuff. They do the most. Shout out to the 162 people in the room. I know we got 130 likes, right? Please and thank you. She probably was selling plates during the chicken shortage. She the reason why there was a chicken shortage, Alana. She is the reason. Hey, Mr. Willie Brown, how you doing? She is the reason. Okay? She the reason why there was a chicken shortage. She was stealing it all. And then $1.5 million worth of chicken. Yeah, she was selling plates. Yeah. She was selling plates. $1.5 million worth of chicken. Oh, yeah, she was selling plates. Yep. She was selling plates. She probably had two sides. You could probably get a 5-wing dinner and two sides. She probably was making trays. They need to check their cheese. They need to check their cheese inventory, because she probably stole the cheese too, because she was making trays of macaroni and cheese. So they checked the milk, checked the cheese. Okay, she probably picked that up too. And what else? Which I think she was selling for a green. Y'all think she was making collards? Collards go a long way. You think she was making collards? She probably was making collards. And then check your flour. See what your flour was looking like. Cindy said, why I'm snitching? Because she probably was making biscuits. She probably was. No, she wasn't making no biscuits. She was just slapping 2 pieces of bread on that thing. She was giving you 2 pieces of white bread. Check the bread. Check the bread. So listen, now they trying to realize that she stole the wings. She was making the wing dinners. Check your cheese, your milk, and check the bread. Check the bread. Green beans. Yeah, green beans. Because she probably was buying them big old cases of green beans that come in the Costco size green beans. Yeah. The canned green beans. You're right, China White. You right. Yep. The green beans. Yep. Yeah. $1.5 million worth of chicken. It's like a mauve. It looks blue, but it's like a mauve. In this camera, it does look like it's like a mauve color. Thank you. Child, I finally went and got my nails done, child. They was raggedy. But hey, Leo, what's going on? They serve wings at school. I guess at that school district they serve the wings, child. Right. She said the sunbeam. Y'all wrong. When I saw that dad going, thank you, Luz. When I saw that dad going headline, I said, what? And how she get away with that much chicken? Ain't nobody see her taking that chicken. Ain't nobody see her. Like, somebody knew she was stealing that chicken. She was probably cutting somebody in because somebody knew she was taking that chicken. Oh, God. And that is sad, Seagull. I'm joking, but it's not funny. Because Seagull just said, especially if you knew how bad off that school district is. Yeah. I'm joking, but it probably ain't funny. You stole from them babies. Oh, somebody snitched. She probably stopped paying her bribe money. Somebody snitched. Oh, child. Let my stepsister be still. How you snitching on your stepsister? Taking great food away from kids. Imagine what the district will buy for them now to eat. That's what I say. That's not. I ain't gonna laugh no more. I'm just picturing how the hell she got away with all that chicken. Ain't nobody see her taking all that chicken. Child. She must have had a whole van. She made, listen, if she stole $1.5 million worth of chicken, she made $2 million. Cause you ain't gonna tell me she ate all that chicken. She didn't eat all that damn chicken. She did not eat all that damn chicken. She sold it. Right. See, go to everybody snitching. Look, Janae saying she run a catering business. I am not. We moving on. We moving on. Whoo, y'all stupid. Oh, y'all, see, y'all be in here cutting up. Y'all be in here cutting up. I'm done. We moving on. We are moving on. Who? Let me check my list before I get into these last 2 stories, child. Okay. Okay, the basketball. I got that one. Basketball. Okay. Ooh, the golden. The job. Okay. All right. Oh, ooh, y'all stupid. Ooh, look at y'all got me ahead. Ooh, okay. I hear nothing. I see nothing. I pack my to go play and go about my business. Okay. So, Missy Elliott and a Tribe Called Quest are going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. They are part of the class this year. So congratulations and shouts out to them. Rest in peace, Fife. Um, the Grammys this year, um, they will be celebrating the 50 years. They will be celebrating the 50-year or acknowledging the 50-year celebration of hip hop or child. So at this year's Grammys, there will also be a tribute. Motor City Music, the gospel band that Kirk Franklin has been touring with, they will be joining Quavo from the Migos in a tribute to Takeoff. So I'm sure that's gonna have everybody crying when they do their. They're gonna be. I forgot what song they're gonna be singing. They said the name of the song, but I forgot. So I'm sure that's gonna have everybody, shedding a tear, honey. The Recording Academy will celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip hop with a genre spanning performance at the 2023 Grammy Awards. Big Boy, this is who's going to be included in this tribute. This is who's going to be included in this tribute. Big Boy, Busta Rhymes, Spliff Star, De La Soul, DJ Drama, DJ Jazzy Jeff, Missy Elliott, Future, Glorilla, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Melly Mel, Scorpio, Ice T, Lil Baby, Lil Wayne, The Lox, Method Man, Nelly, Public Enemy, Queen Latifah, Raheem, Rakim, Run DMC, Salt and Pepper, and Spinderella. So Spinderella gonna be with them. Scarface, Swiss Beats, and Too Short will perform during the segment. Questlove will serve as musical director, and it will be produced by LL Cool J. And I'm sorry, Questlove will serve as musical director and producer, and LL Cool J will introduce the event, perform, and give a dedication. Listen, if y'all don't watch the Grammys for nothing else, you better watch for that 15 minutes. If we don't watch the Grammys for nothing else, you better watch for that 15 minutes. Now, remember, if you guys are old enough to remember, the very first year that they included the Grammys, that they gave a hip hop or rap, back then it was rap, Grammy, they didn't show it during the ceremony and they boycotted. The rappers boycotted the Grammys. They said they weren't going to go if they weren't going to show the award during the telecast. It was one of those awards that they gave away. Earlier this year, so and so won in the category of such and such and such. That's where and DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince won the first ever rap Grammy. So they've definitely come a long way. They went from not even showing the award to now they're getting a whole dedication. So shouts out to them. How Glorilla get involved? Because I'm sure there's going to be some sort of it sounds like they're going to do some sort of evolution where they're going to start off with the pioneers. They got Grandmaster Flash. They have Scorpio. They've got Run DMC, and then they go all the way up to Glorilla. It sounds like they're going to do like an evolution, a history of, so to speak, and they're going to probably go through the different phases of hip hop and how it changed over the years. That's what it sounds like. And I'm here for it. She'll probably be the last person. I mean, if they're going in chronological order, she'll probably be the last person to perform. Here's the thing. For as many people as they've included, you could probably think of 20 people that aren't going to be there. I mean, where's Ice Cube? Where's Diddy? That whole, where's Lil Kim? Where's Car? I'm sure we could think of 500 names that I didn't just call out. I didn't hear any Jermaine Dupri or the Brat, but it does sound like they've done a good job of trying to include. I didn't hear a lot of people from like I didn't hear like did I say Lil Wayne? Because Lil Wayne probably represents that New Orleans. Yeah, Lil Wayne is gonna be. So the East Coast is represented, obviously. The West Coast is represented. Atlanta is represented. The Louisiana area is represented. I don't see no Florida people. I don't see no Florida people. Yeah. Well, listen. Like I said, for every person that they include, yeah, Public Enemy is gonna be there. They said Public Enemy is part of it. For every people, we could come up with. Like I said, we could sit here all night and come up with names of people that we feel like they weren't included. But I think they have a pretty good representation. Um, Only person that they need to call Trick. They need to go on and call Trick Daddy and get him up there, or Trina, because I didn't see no Florida. I didn't see no Florida. Right, or Luke, Two Live Crew. I mean, he made history by going all the way. His case went all the way to the Supreme Court. Right, Scarface is representing the H Town. You got Lil Wayne with New Orleans. So I didn't see Eminem, so you don't really have that Detroit flavor. But again, it sounds like they have a really, really good um situation. Marnie says PBS has a series on right now called Fight the Power: How Hip Hop Changed the World. I watched it last night. It's good. Y'all check that out. I'm gonna put that in. I think I saw the commercial for that. Yeah, I agree, V. So somebody need to get on the phone and call. Somebody need to get on the phone and call Trick or Trina or Luke. I think Luke. I think Luke would be a pretty good representation. Because his case went all the way to the Supreme Court. Like, it definitely, I mean, he set law. He changed the law. His music changed the law. So I definitely would, if you're talking about the impact. Um, yeah, so all right. All right, that's the last. Let's get into these. I got these last two stories. It is shout out to the 185 people in the room. I hope I have about 150 likes. Mars, how many likes do I have? If you came in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and hit that like button, please, and come on and take a seat. We still got plenty of seats down in the front section. You come on down. There's some seats down here. Come on down, say hi. Come on in. Come on in. Now listen. We got 116 likes. Okay, we need to get to 150, y'all. Please and thank you. All right, hold on. Let me get into my tick of the talkie so I can find the video that I want to play for y'all. Okay. Now this one flew right over my radar. Y'all might have heard this. But this flew. Um. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, here it is right here. So, I lost my train of thought that quick. Anyway, so dang, I lost 6 people that quick too. Dang, I went from 185 to 178. Good lord, well, I lost 7 people. Anyway, well, come on in, come on in. So y'all asked me what Monique was lying. And I don't know how this went over my radar. I don't know how I missed this. I do not know how I missed this, y'all. But I did. Monique Samuels. Now I know some of y'all are going to say, well, we knew she was a liar. We knew all along that she was a liar. But I missed this altogether. So Jamie and Urana Tyler from Love and Marriage DC, they were on, hold on. They were on Carlos King's podcast, and they were speaking to how they found out that Monique wasn't going to be on this season. So I'm going to let y'all listen to her tell the story. I'm going to let y'all listen to what she said, okay?
Now, remember when I reported or talked about the Samuel separation? Here's a follow-up. We're still filming a show. Right, so for me, of course, when we...
Can y'all hear?
And Sasha, we were all still friends, from...
It's not as clear because I recorded it from... this is a TikTok that was recorded from the TV, but can y'all hear it? Is it okay? Can y'all hear it?
The first season. And we were hanging out. And then we got a call from her. I think on FaceTime. She sent us a text.
It's not clear.
She wanted to discuss something with us. I guess she was just trying to get ahead of it before something even came out or leaked or somebody else told her. We got on a FaceTime, and this is actually, I think this is when we started filming, and we was trying to figure out why she wasn't in anything.
Okay, hold on. All right, y'all said it's not clear. Let me see if it's better. I did email it to myself. Let me see if it's better if I play it on the screen, because it's not a clear clear version to begin with. But let me see if it's better if I play it on the screen. Hold on. Because I want y'all to hear it. I don't want to just tell y'all the story. I want y'all to hear it. And this is coming from, I want to give credit where credit is due. This is coming from the official pot stirrer on TikTok. Wait a minute. Okay. Let me bring it in. Yeah, the official pot stirrer. I can't turn, that's the thing, I can't turn it up any louder. So that's why I'm gonna just play it through here. I'm gonna let y'all hear the computer. Let me see. Is this the first one? I want to play it in order. Let me see. Is this the first one? Hey, Montrez.
Or talked about the Samuel separation. Here's a follow-up.
Okay, can y'all hear it now? Is this better?
And how we were still filming the show.
Right. So for me, of course, Monique, Ashley, and I, and Tasha, we were all still friends, from the first season. And we were hanging
Yeah, that
out.
still doesn't sound like it's that
And
clear.
then we got a call from her, I think a FaceTime. Well, she sent us a text, and she said she wanted to discuss with us. I guess she was just trying to get ahead of it before something either came out or leaked or somebody else told us. We got on a FaceTime, and this is actually, I think this is when we started filming, and we was trying to figure out why she wasn't in any scenes. It was almost like we didn't know that Monique was not going to be a part of season 2. Let's put it like that. She never told us anything. The producers never said anything to us either.
Because we all, I want the world to know, not to cut you off. We all, meaning the cast and the producers, we all found out she was leaving the show at the same time.
Okay, so first of all, thank you, Mr. Willie Brown, for rejoining. I know you were a member before. Thank you for rejoining. I appreciate you so much. So Carlos is like, Urena is saying, listen, we didn't know Monique wasn't filming. So in that first episode, when they were looking for Monique, that was real. They did not know Monique was not going to be filming. And Carlos said, hey, we didn't know either. Production, the crew, we found out the same time everybody else found out when Monique made the announcement on her radio show. Now, for those who don't know, Monique does a local radio show here in the DC area. She showed that on last season. She literally made the announcement on the radio show. And according to Carlos and Urena, they didn't know anything about it until she said on the radio that she wasn't coming back for season 2. And Carlos is a straight shooter. I have no reason to think that he's lying because he's a very straight shooter.
When she announced it on her radio station. So I want the world to know that too.
Right. So we're thinking, okay, Monique's going to show up at this thing. Okay, Ashley is your party, is your pink party. I know she's coming because she was texting us about what she was going to wear to the pink party.
So she said, we thought Monique was coming to Little Jamie's party because she loves Little Jamie. We thought she was coming to the pink party because she was even texting us about what she was going to wear to the pink party. All right, now let me go. This is a 2-part video, so let me go to the second video so y'all can hear the rest of what she said. Wait a minute. Yeah, so y'all can hear the rest of what she said. Because, it gets deeper. Hold on, let me see if this is the right video.
Pop my
Oh Lord, that's the wrong video, child. That's the daggone pop my butt, pop my butt. Okay, hold on. That's the pop my butt, pop my butt. Hold on, let me get the right video. Okay, here's the second video. Okay, here it is. Sorry, y'all, for the delay. Tell it to Harriet. You tell it to Harriet.
Like, okay, well, she didn't show up for that, and it was always the name or the kids. So we were like, okay, enough of that. So then the weeks went on, so we were like, well, maybe she won't show up. I said, this has been kind of awkward. It's like 2 weeks in. And then we going into a third week, nobody's saying anything. She's not saying anything. And then finally she calls us, she does a FaceTime with us, me and Ashley. And she said, I just want to let you guys know that me and Chris,
Uh-oh. Oh man. The main thing I want y'all to hear, now the video is acting up. Maybe I did that. Hold on. I think I did that. Hold on. I think that's the Really B's era. Let me see if it was my.
so Jason's party. I said she loves Jason. I don't see why she would not attend Jason's party. So I was like, okay, well, she didn't show up for that. It was always the name or the kids. So we were like, okay, enough of that. So then the weeks went on. So we were like, well, maybe she won't show up. I said, this has been kind of awkward. It's like 2 weeks in. And then we going into a third week, nobody's saying anything. She's not saying anything. And then finally she calls us, she does a FaceTime with us, me and Ashley. And she said, I just want to let you guys know that me and Chris are separated, or we're going through a separation. He's living at the lake house, and I'm living in Potomac. You know, we're working on our marriage. You know, we're not pushing for a divorce, but this is what's going on right now. And we were like, oh, wow, you know, sorry to hear that. And then we had dinner again with some other friends. Richie Sky was with us. Robyn was with us that day, and she sat down. She told us all again at the table.
So she said Richie Sky was there. So y'all know Richie Sky is another big YouTuber who also, you know, did videos, right? So if you can't hear, I'm gonna let this finish playing out, and then for those who can't hear that
He's
clear,
living somewhere, she's living somewhere. And she never said, you know, I'm not coming back. She just was talking about, you know, they're separated. So I was like, okay. So then finally we heard that she wasn't coming back. And we were like, you know, when was you going to tell us that we were building a friendship and you were obviously texting us, we were hanging out at your house. Why didn't you come to us and say, you know what, ladies, I don't think I'm coming back. We never got them.
So the full video is on Carlos King's podcast. Y'all know Carlos King does a podcast, and he also does YouTube. And this was a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, how did I miss this? I don't know how I missed this. I don't know how I seem like a lot of bloggers missed it too. But it is blatant that Monique lied. When this story first broke, remember, we all, myself included, we all ran down here to do a live. The Chris Samuels and Monique Samuels are separating. Chris Samuels and Monique Samuels are not coming back to the show. It was a big story. And then People Magazine even reported the story. And now it makes sense because people never printed a retraction. Now, remember, when she went live and did her live to explain, she said that her and Chris were not separated. She said that they were working on their marriage and that a couple of nights a week, they slept apart. But according to what Uranus said, I don't know if you heard it clearly, but according to what Uranus said, she told them that Chris is living at the lake house and she's living in Potomac, and that they're not filing for divorce, but they are not living together. They are separated. That is not what you said, Monique, when you went on your live. You made it seem like a couple of nights a week y'all need your own space, and so a couple of nights a week y'all just don't sleep under the same roof, even though y'all got that big ass house in Potomac. Y'all are separated. Now, you may not be legally, you may not have filed no paperwork, but y'all are not sharing a home dwelling. Then, remember, she said that the reason why she wasn't coming back to the show is because the contract wasn't right. And I knew then, I said, that didn't make sense to me. That didn't sound right about the contract not being right, because I was like, we only in season 2. What kind of contract did you sign season 1 that you renegotiate in season 2? It didn't make sense to me. So, right, Monique acted like People Magazine was lying, but People Magazine never printed a retraction. They never said they weren't right. They never did. And from what it sounds like Monique was disingenuous. And let's be clear. Listen. You don't have to tell me your business unless you sign up to tell me your business. It's the same thing with Robyn, and we're about to get to her in a minute. But it's the same thing with Robyn. Your husband or boyfriend or fiance at the time cheating on you, that is your business. Unless you are getting paid to tell us your business, which is what a reality show is. You sign up for a reality show. You sign up to have the cameras follow you around, and whatever they capture, they capture. Now, I know that we've gotten far away from spontaneous reality. I understand that. But you sign up to tell us your business. That's what it's all about. And so Ebby and her husband, I'm speaking into an existence, Ebby and her husband having some sort of marital issues, she is not obligated to tell me shit, even though me and her are friends in real life. She ain't got to tell me nothing about her personal relationship. Ebby on a reality show that has signed up to tell me her business, now you're being disingenuous when you're coming down here and you're not telling us your business. Does that make sense what I just said? She just didn't want to tell everybody until she was clear on what she was going to do. Miss Sharon, again, I say, I get it, except for you signed up for this. Again, I'm not mad at Monique for not wanting to tell us as a person who understands that your business is your business. But you, in my opinion, and y'all know I like Monique. Let's be clear. For the people who've been rocking with me, y'all know I like Monique. But let's be clear. You as somebody on the show. Now, the best thing you did was decide you weren't going to do a season 2 because you weren't, and I respect that. If you and your husband are dealing with real stuff that y'all are really trying to work through, and the cameras right now isn't the best decision, I have no problems with that, and I respect that. But I feel like you were being disingenuous and not being upfront about, because the reason I do not believe that it was a contract dispute. I don't believe that. I believe you didn't come back because you didn't want to put what you and Chris have going on display. And again, I respect that. I absolutely respect her reason. I absolutely respect her for not coming back to the show. I respect the fact that she said, listen, my family and my marriage really is the priority right now. And I can't do. I ain't never going to argue that point. But as a viewer of the show, I'm like, okay now. And like, you know, Urana and them, it sounded like you left them high and dry because you didn't even tell them. You didn't tell. Urana said they were already in their 3rd week of filming before Monique said, I'm not coming back. And so that's how so anyway, I didn't know about this. This flew way under the radar. I was scrolling through TikTok today and I said, what? I said, wait a minute. I missed all of this. And I'm surprised that none of the other blogs picked that up, because that to me is a thing. Child, she got to go up to the mountain to save her marriage. She don't have time to film. And that's it. And that listen, and I ain't mad about that. I'll never be mad at somebody for choosing their private life over public celebrity. But I'm saying as a viewer though, I'm kind of like, Shout out to the 222 people in the room. I hope I got 200 likes. What my likes looking like? Please hit the like button as you come in. I appreciate you. To be fair, I wouldn't tell them either, given how KG, Jamie, and Urena are about theirs. Well, but it sounds like Carlos didn't know. I mean, you don't tell your boss? Yeah, I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to save my marriage. Let's be clear. I absolutely am going to save my marriage. Well, really be you the first to report it. So shout out to you. Well, thank you, Jamil. Thank you, my love. I may have to do a separate video about it. I don't know. But anyway, now something else I heard today, and I see other people are picking this story up, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Now, I don't know how true this is because it don't sound right. Okay, I'm gonna tell you it don't sound right. I'm gonna say I believe about 60% of this story I'm getting ready to tell y'all. But let me tell y'all the story anyway. I'm so on Carlos. He tells half truths. I mean, I don't know him, so you know. I do think Carlos is shady. I ain't gonna say I'm not saying I believe everything that come out of Carlos's mouth, but I do think that. Let me tell you what I really think went down in that situation. I think that Carlos set Jamie and Urena up to tell that story. Remember, they still work for him. And I think Carlos wanted that version of the story out. And so he said, listen, I'm going to have y'all on my podcast, and I want y'all to tell me how y'all found out Monique wasn't coming back to the show. I don't think he told them what to say. I don't think he necessarily manipulated the story for them to tell. I just think he knows the story, but he doesn't want it to come from him. So he had them on the show to tell what happened, to tell their story. Does that make sense? I don't trust Carlos. He seemed like the type to have known, but is playing the victim game to drum up more ratings. I do think that I think he wanted the story out there, but he didn't want to be the one to tell it. That's what I believe. But I do believe he was blindsided. I believe that. I'm going to tell you what I believe. I believe that Monique may have told him she didn't know if she wanted to come back. She wasn't sure she wanted to come back. Like, I think she may have been wavering a little bit, but I do not believe that she gave him a definitive, I am not coming back. But I could be wrong because I don't know these people. I believe she probably had every intention to film because she loves being on TV, but Chris wasn't having it. Yeah, I just think she had to make a decision about saving her family or being on TV, and I think saving her marriage is what won, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with. Yeah. So word on the curb is the story that's riding around these internet streets is that Robyn Dixon, we done switch gears, we're on Potomac now. Robyn Dixon filmed Watch What Happens Live with Andy. Now, it's not set to come on until Sunday night. That's the first part of this story that I don't know about. I don't know how much I believe. And the reason why I say that is this. Do I believe that they had every intention of having Robyn on the Watch What Happens Live for the season finale? Yes, because remember, we're going to see footage from her wedding in the season finale. It was supposed to be a surprise, but of course it got leaked out that this was happening. So I do believe that Robyn is going to be on this Sunday's Watch What Happens Live. But hence the title of the show, Watch What Happens Live. Why would it be filmed early if it's supposed to be a live show when any other time it's a live show? So that's the first part of this story. I'm not saying it's not true, but that's the first part of the story that I'm sort of side-eyeing. Do I believe that Robyn is going to be on the show? Yes. Could they have pre-recorded it? Sure. It's not the first time that they would have pre-recorded the show, so it could happen. I'm not saying it didn't happen, okay? I'm just giving you all of the reasons why I'm side-eyeing. And I'm going to tell you another reason why I'm side-eyeing it in a minute. But let me get through my story. According to allegedly an eyewitness that was in the audience, so it was not only was it pre-recorded, but they also had a live audience pre-recorded. Okay, cool. Because again, production-wise, that doesn't make sense. If you can fill a studio for a live audience on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, why wouldn't you just wait till Sunday night when you normally, unless Andy couldn't film or for whatever reason Andy couldn't do it, right? But neither here nor there. This is supposed to be coming from a lot of someone who was in the studio audience and watched this go down. According to this eyewitness, Robyn and Andy had a very contentious interview where Andy was very upset over the fact that Robyn did not disclose the affair on the show, yada, yada, yada. And it went back and forth and it was very contentious, very tensions were high, and Andy was grilling Robyn and Robyn was being snarky back at Andy, and they were going, back and forth. And then once the interview was over and the cameras weren't rolling, then allegedly Andy said to Robyn, well, that's why you won't be back for next season, or that's why we're not bringing you back next season. I don't believe the story. I'm going to tell you why, for a lot of reasons. But let me start with my first reason. My first reason that I don't believe it is because the first person I heard report this, their source was Media Takeout. Listen, I don't believe nothing coming from Media Takeout. Media Takeout could say that Joe Biden was the president of the United States, and I would Google it to make sure. I don't believe nothing coming from Media Takeout. So that's the first thing, that the source of the first person I heard this from was reporting a source from Media Takeout. Now, I have since seen other YouTubers pick up the story and do videos on it. I don't know if their source is the same source as the first video I saw, or if they've heard it from somewhere else, right? But that's number one. Number two, Andy, I've seen Andy, things have gone down on Watch What Happens Live. Andy's called people out. People have called Andy out. There have been some uncomfortable moments. Yes, those things have happened on Watch What Happens Live. But let me tell you what I don't believe. I do not believe in any way, shape, or form that Andy Cohen said that to Robyn, whether the camera was rolling or not rolling. It makes no sense, especially with an audience. And I know people feel how they feel about Andy, but this is HR. This is an HR issue. There's nowhere in the world that Andy Cohen would have said to Robyn, and that's why we're not bringing you back for next season. That wouldn't come out of his mouth in front of a live studio audience. That don't even make no sense. I don't think that him and Robyn could have gotten into an argument that heated that he would say that and be that unprofessional. I don't believe it. Now listen, Sunday, I might be proven a liar, and I'll come back on and tell y'all, well, I was wrong. Woo, that interview was heated, wasn't it? Watch What Happens Live. Oh my gosh, woo, that was bad. I will come back and say, well, woo, he did kind of say she wasn't coming back. But that just doesn't make sense to me, y'all. Now, what I do believe, right, exactly, DeMille, that's some National Enquirer stuff. Now, I do believe that Robyn is going to be on Watch What Happens Live Sunday, and I do believe that Andy is going to grill her, and I do believe that ultimately Robyn may not come back next season. But I do not think it went down the way they're saying it went down. Now, that's my opinion. That's my 2 cents. And if I'm wrong, y'all know I'll come back and be like, well, I was wrong, y'all. It went down exactly like they said it went down. Ooh, that was ugly, wasn't it? I'll tell y'all. But I just don't believe that it went down like that. Because, again, that's an HR issue. You can't fire somebody in front of 200 people like that. That's so I ain't gonna say she could sue him, but she certainly could grieve it. She certainly could file a formal complaint. That's the equivalent of your boss standing in the middle of the office in front of everybody saying, and that's why we fired you last week. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody doing that. Now, again, do I think they will fire Robyn? I think it's a strong possibility. I think it's a very strong possibility. But do I think it went down like that? No, I don't. It's around the time we start getting these ridiculous rumors. Yeah. And I just think that everybody is so upset about, you know, let's be clear. Robyn wasn't a fan favorite to begin with. I mean, she had her fans, but she wasn't a fan favorite. And I think a lot of people are just so upset about what happened. Um, People are so upset about what happened and what Carlos said about how she wouldn't work for me. I would have fired her. I think people are just jumping on that bandwagon. You're right, but Shawnee O'Neal did it. Shawnee O'Neal did it, and they kept it in because it was dramatic, and they did it for a moment. Trust and believe they would have edited that out if they, because again, that was pre-recorded. They kept it in the show. So that was done for dramatic purposes. That was part of the show. You know what I mean? I mean, I know that the girl really didn't come back, so I got that. But they could have edited that out. You see what I'm saying? If they wanted to, they could have edited that out. But the thank you for your services, I mean, that became a really cute tagline. It was a moment. It went viral. Like, it was good for the show. It was good for the show. But they could have edited that out if they chose to. But Andy Cohen in front of a room full of people just saying, and that's why we're not bringing you back next season. I don't know. I mean, right, Tracy. So Tracy is my human resources expert. She says they can do it, but it is not recommended. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think she can sue or anything, but it's just not a good look. Again, I know people feel how they feel about Andy Cohen. I just don't think that's how it went down. And I could be wrong. It could. And again, y'all know I'll come back and tell y'all. I will come back and be like, y'all, whoo, I was wrong, honey. It's amazing that Robyn has gotten so much coverage in the last few weeks, right? Even if he did say it wouldn't be aired, it would, right. And allegedly it happened after the interview was over. So again, if he was that heated and he would, again, he could have waited till the audience was empty. He could have said, Robyn, I need to talk to you in my office. Like, there was a lot of different ways that he could have handled that instead of doing it in front of the audience. And I know people get excited sometimes and people lose. They forget where they are and it just spills out. Like, I get all of that. But So just said, if he never publicly dragged Needy, then I just don't see him doing that. Yeah, yeah. I don't see it. I don't see it. But anyway, y'all, it's 116 people in the chat. Please, if you have not hit that like button, please hit the like button. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. I am going to try to get Real Housewives of Miami out, episode 11 and 12. I'm going to try to get that out. I'm all caught up for the most part. But I don't know what else I'm going to get out tonight. But I'm going to try to get that out, okay? Maybe it was a hot mic moment at best. Maybe. Andy had Wendy Williams to drag Nene while he sat there and cackled. Hey, Queen of Harlem. Yeah. And then, so, like I said, nothing is impossible, and I don't put anything past anybody. I just don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that's how it went down. But we will see on Sunday. I'm sure everybody's going to be tuned in to see, because by Sunday, this whole story, you know, is making the rounds now. So I'm sure everybody's going to be tuned in on Sunday to see it go down, right? I don't want her to get fired yet. I want the other ladies to read her down first and get rid of her. Oh, I want her to come back next season because Karen already said, oh, it's going to be a whole situation next season for Miss Robyn Dixon. So I absolutely want her to come back. I want her to come back next season. I sure do. I sure do. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.